What happened when you stopped saving people from themselves? Last month, my 5 best friends voted me out of our friend group for refusing to get blackout drunk with them every weekend. Liam actually said to my face that I had less personality than the terms and conditions everyone skips when downloading an app. We were at our usual sports bar when they ambushed me, taking turns listing all of the ways I ruined their good times by staying sober and making sure they got home alive. "You're 23 years old, and you act like everybody's mom," Liam said while the others laughed. Brandon jumped in and said I was the reason girls never wanted to hang out with him. "We're not asking you to change who you are. We're telling you to become a completely different person or get lost," Liam announced. Then he dropped a line that made me realize these idiots had no clue what was coming. "If you can't drink until you puke and wake up somewhere you don't recognize by next Sunday, then you need to find some church friends to play board games with, because we're moving on to people who actually know how to live." I stood up and told them they were absolutely right about one thing, because I was definitely done being their safety net, and walked out knowing their world was about to fall apart. The first weekend without me started with Liam calling me 17 times at 2 in the morning, screaming that they were lost. They ended up walking to what they thought was a gas station, but it turned out to be an empty building where they got chased by a pack of wild dogs. Nate climbed a tree and got stuck up there until morning, when a confused farmer found him and called the police thinking he was trying to steal his apples. The second weekend, Brandon got arrested at Taco Bell after jumping behind the counter at 3 in the morning, trying to make his own burrito because the workers were doing it wrong. When the cops searched him, they found 53 hot sauce packets in his pockets. He called the group for bail money, but nobody knew how bail actually worked, and they showed up at the wrong courthouse with a bag full of quarters. Brandon spent 3 nights in jail, and his cellmate was a guy who claimed to be a prophet who could talk to pigeons. Weekend 3 brought the biggest mess yet when Liam and Nate both hooked up with each other's ex-girlfriends at the same party. Instead of me stepping in to calm things down like always, they got into a fist fight that ended with Liam going through a glass table. Nate somehow ended up naked on the roof, refusing to come down until someone said sorry, but nobody could remember what they were supposed to say sorry for. By the end of the first month, their lives were completely destroyed because I wasn't there to delete their drunk posts before their families saw them. Brandon's dad saw a video of him trying to ride a mechanical bull in his underwear while screaming that he was the king of Texas. He immediately kicked him out of the house with nothing but a suitcase and a note that said, "Good luck, your majesty." Liam lost his job because his boss saw videos of him passed out in a shopping cart in a grocery store parking lot, and someone had written "lightweight" across his forehead in Sharpie that took a week to wash off completely. The final disaster came when they threw their biggest party yet to prove they didn't need a boring friend. They didn't buy enough drinks, so when 300 people showed up, they ran out in an hour, and drunk Brandon convinced everyone to mix cough syrup with energy drinks to create what he called Purple Thunder. This made half the party throw up in the swimming pool, turning it into a toxic waste dump. The cops arrived for a noise complaint, but instead of having someone sober handle it like I always did, drunk Liam tried to tell the officers they were invited to the party. He tried to make them drink Purple Thunder, which made them call for more cops to come help. Brandon decided to live stream the whole disaster with the caption, "Watch cops ruin everything," which his mom, dad, grandma, and boss watched as he got tackled into the pool while screaming about his American rights. The best moment happened when Liam yelled from inside the cop car, "I need my boring friend's number. He's the only person I know who owns a suit, and I think I just told these cops way too much." Liam called me 3 days later from his childhood bedroom, where his parents had him on full lockdown. He was begging me to come back and offering to sign a contract saying I was in charge of all decisions after 10 if I would just keep them alive. I told him I was good, but thanks for finally admitting I was the only reason they survived past freshman year of college, and hung up while he was still begging.